Today I'm going to be showing the 2004 Indian earthquake, but the effects of it if it were in different parts of the world. So this was the place where it actually was. And I'm also going to be comparing the San Francisco earthquake of 1908. Now, the San Francisco one was a 7.8 on the Richter scale, and the Sumatra one was a 9.2. And it doesn't sound like a lot of difference, but this is, as we'll see right now, it is a huge difference. This is the destructive radius of the San Francisco one, 10 miles. So everything within 10 miles of the epicenter was destroyed. But with the Sumatra one, the destruction radius was 200 miles, not 10. So all this, everything within this circle, nearly all structures were destroyed. And things would fly around. It was chaotic. Now we're going to look at the same thing over at Jakarta, Indonesia, the capital of Indonesia. Now, you see Jakarta is a huge metropolitan area, and the city would be destroyed if the San Francisco earthquake hit it, but the metropolitan area would have survived untouched. But definitely not the case with the Sumatra Indian Ocean earthquake, which would destroy everything within 200 miles. Now, the next one I'm going to look at is Sydney, Australia, which, again, this is the 10-mile circle for the San Francisco earthquake, and most of the metropolitan area would have been alright if this one hit Sydney, Australia. But if the Indian Ocean earthquake hit Sumatra, not only would the entire Sydney metro area be destroyed, but so would the Australian capital, which you can't see on the map for some reason, but it's there. It's right in here. Next place I'm going to go is Cape Town, South Africa. This is the San Francisco earthquake over the center of Cape Town, and most of the city would have been fine, but if the Indian Ocean earthquake hit it, the entire metropolitan area would be destroyed, along with most of the Western Cape province. So we're going to head over this way to North America, to San Francisco, where the San Francisco earthquake happened. So the earthquake actually struck right here and kind of took out this whole part of the city here in the Bay Area. And this was the epicenter of the earthquake, somewhere within this circle. Now, if this 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake happened, it would destroy most of the state of California, in parts of Nevada, including Reno. And I did the same thing over my city. So this circle is the 10-mile circle, and everything within this circle would have been destroyed. But as you can see, most of the city would be fine. But once again, if the Indian Ocean earthquake hit it, the entire cities of Los Angeles and San Diego would have been completely destroyed, along with all of their suburbs and these agricultural communities down here. Next place we're going to go is London, England, where London is a large city, so the city would be probably on the ground, ruined, but the metropolitan area would be fine. But if the 2004 Sumatra earthquake hit it, it would not be fine. It would destroy all of southern England, most of Wales, parts of northern France, and half of Belgium. And it's a similar situation here over Berlin, Germany, where the city itself would have been destroyed, but the outskirts would be alright. But with the 2004 Sumatra earthquake, half of Poland would be destroyed. 2/3 of Germany would be destroyed, including Berlin and Hamburg, and even parts of Denmark and Czech Republic, including Prague. Next, we're going to go to Moscow. And assuming this earthquake happened in the exact center of Moscow, or under the Kremlin, it would destroy most of the city, providing it had a 7.1 like the San Francisco earthquake. But all the surrounding outskirts around Moscow, plus a lot of the countryside too, would have been destroyed if the 9.2 struck Moscow. Now we'll go here to Istanbul, Turkey. Again, center of the city, this area would all be destroyed, but the metropolitan area is huge and it would survive. But if a 9.2 like the Sumatra struck it, it would take out a lot of Turkey, including the suburbs of its capital city, all of Istanbul, a third of Bulgaria, a tiny bit of Romania, and a little bit of Greece. So that would be a huge destruction. Now finally, we'll go to Delhi, India, where again, Delhi is huge, so most of the city would be alright, but if a San Francisco earthquake hit it, but if a 9.2 like the one that hit Sumatra in 2004 hit Delhi, the destruction would cover all of this, so a ton of northern India and even a tiny bit of Nepal. And that would probably kill millions of people, if not hundreds of millions of people. Now, the last one I want to show is New York City. Which, if you dropped it over, yes. So if the whole earthquake happened right underneath Central Park, this whole radius would be destroyed if it was one like the one that hit San Francisco. But the majority of the suburbs would be alright, including most of Long Island. But if a 9.2 like the one that hit Sumatra struck it, not only would it take out all of New York City, it would take out the entire states of New Jersey, Delaware, Connecticut, Rhode Island, most of Massachusetts, parts of Vermont and New Hampshire, half of New York and half of Pennsylvania, and even a large part of Maryland. So, yeah, that's why even though it did cause tremendous damage and losses, we're lucky it happened in such a remote location that there weren't many people in harm's way. Because as you can see over those cities, the potential for disaster if something like that happened in one of those big cities. So there you go.